Hello, it's Tess here, and this is just going to be a short video. In my last video, I talked about taking action being the most powerful way that you can learn about yourself, learn about your clientele, learn about what your purpose is in the world, or what it is that you really want to offer. And so other than taking action, I wanted to be a little bit more specific on some of the things that have really helped me. So over the past few months, I've been creating an online course / group coaching program. And what happened was I got into this headspace of like, I need to finish it for the people who are in it right now, like my beta testers. I need to finish this course. And in the midst of finishing the course, I haven't finished the course. In the midst of creating the course, I also decided to do a branding course. Is course the right word? Program, group coaching. It's not a group coaching, but anyway, I decided to do a branding thing that has been incredibly helpful in getting clarity on who I am and what I'm offering, and what makes me different, and who my clientele are, and da da da. So I've been doing these two things at the same time and getting into my head about how I have to finish them by a certain time, and people are waiting for me, and da da da. So one of the things that I did when I put that pressure on myself was I created a mountainous task that was, like everything instead of one step at a time, which I highly recommend, right? And if you know anything about making SMART goals, then you know that it's much smarter to create clear, measurable, timely steps that you can actually like cross off your list. So I didn't do that. What I did was I created a mountain for myself. And the other huge thing that I did that I didn't realize until recently had affected me so much was I stopped enacting my own creative genius, which is singing and songwriting. I stopped songwriting because I thought I had to finish this course. And so in the branding course that I've been taking, one of the things that we've used to help us get clarity on ourselves and who we are and our brand is the 12 archetypes, like the Jungian archetypes. So if you know anything about archetypes, I'll tell you really briefly. I am pretty much a four-way tie between creator, magician, lover, and caregiver. So I've decided for my branding to focus on creator, magician, although that was lover, magician until recently, and then I switched it. So I guess I'm kind of creator, lover, magician. And it's actually so common for both creators and magicians, two of my primary archetypes, to get really overwhelmed by making decisions, by the mundane, by perfectionism, and also for creators and magicians, because we're so full of ideas and we're just we're idea factories. It's really difficult to it can be really difficult. I don't want to say it is, but it can be really difficult. And in my experience, it has been really difficult to focus on one thing and finish it. So it's really common for us to want to move on to the next thing. And that's okay, right? So I think it's important to know that about myself. And then I have a choice, on what to do about it. I can be the starter of projects. I can live a project-based lifestyle where I do a specific project and then actually move on to another project, which can be really great for creating residual income and also just keeping those creative juices flowing. Or because I'm also a lover, and lovers really like to connect with other people and don't like working alone. This is very true for me. You could find a mastermind or a friend, a partner, whatever you want to call it, to help with the mundane tasks and the like finishing it or the keeping you on task kind of stuff. But what I found is that when I stopped doing my singing and songwriting, everything just became a mountain. Everything, like every single day became a mountain, because I wasn't doing the thing that makes me come alive. And the thing that makes me come alive is actually where my inspiration comes from, right? So when I'm singing and songwriting, I'll write a song, and it isn't my intention at all to be working on my course. That's what happens. That's when I actually get the most inspiration and the most clarity, because it's what brings me back to my own intuition and who I am. So it was a really great realization recently that I had when I sort of put two and two together, and I realized that I'd been really struggling, and things had been so difficult for me because I hadn't been doing the singing and songwriting. Now, for you, it might not be songwriting. It could be absolutely anything. So ultimately, what I want to say is we know this about people, and a lot of people will say it about children, but it's true for all humans. We learn by playing. We learn by playing. We learn in play, through play, right? And play for children sometimes looks different than it does for adults, but it's the same thing. Ultimately, what it is being embodied and being joyful and finding your pleasure and doing what makes you come alive, whatever that is. So if it's jogging for you, or horseback riding, or talking to friends, or songwriting, or archery, whatever it is, yoga, like whatever it is, that's what you need to do. So every single time now that a task feels mountainous, it's my plan. Every single time might be, whatever. The plan is, the idea is that every time something feels mountainous, to take a step back and just do something that brings you joy. Do something that you love doing for the sake of doing it. And trust that everything else will fall into place. So that's my lesson and my tip for today, and I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos, sometimes they're lessons, on what it is like and some of the things that I'm learning as a creative female entrepreneur and single mother, which is part of it, then remember to hit like if you're on Facebook, or subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.